he walks through his training sessions that he does on the movie using live ammo. So
far, based on the night, is the premiere of John Wick 2
totally
better than the first two
HBO,
fights?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Look at Lee. All right, back to Iron.
Did you start at 5 o'clock, by the way? Or did you watch later on?
That's when the movie started. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
No, I watched the movie first, then the live fights. Android, I'm looking for it. I'm looking at...
Why didn't he knock him out? He's got a one-armed fighter in front of him.
The kid didn't want to get knocked out. No, it's very hard to knock out a defensive-minded fighter, and that's what Fox turned into after that first round. He was outclassed. He couldn't land a punch. His dad, like I think Ward said it every round, his dad really didn't give him good instructions at all. Motivationally, yes. Yeah, he was very, you need to do it. Come on, throw your punches. But how? You know, what was going to get him on the inside? What was going to get... when did he tell him how to get away from Android's combinations or his counter-punching? His dad had nothing for him. So they were both outclassed. The 23-1 record meant nothing when you seen who the fighter was. So Android's, he needs to decide he's going to stay at middleweight. I don't have him beating Canelo or Triple G, so I don't know why he stays.
It doesn't matter, but Golden Boy owns the contract on him.
Well, hold on.
He's good bait.
There's 154 Lara that is desperate for a fight. And Lara hasn't looked good in a few fights now, Lee. I mean, the guy says what they say he's like, 30, what is Lara, 34, 36? He might be older than that. You know that for a fact. Lara hasn't looked good. If I'm Andrade, I think I come back to Andrade. Wait. I'm going to call him Boo Boo.
Boo Boo.
Boo Boo, yeah.
Yo,
if I'm Boo Boo, I'm coming back to 154, and I'm trying to get that fight. HBO will run with that. If De La Hoya backs the Lara Boo Boo fight, they're going to go with it. But that's really all I see. I don't see a middleweight. Right now, I don't see him doing a middleweight run. The top three fighters are better than him. He would almost be foolish not to go back at least one more time and try to become the man at 154. And then when he comes back to 160, he would get a better payday by having the belts at 154. And possibly maybe a Charlo matchup, even though I highly doubt it. Real fastly, I didn't put this on there. I'll throw it in. Did you see Charlo, after his big win last week, comes out saying, man, if I could fight Cotto, I would. Can you believe that, Lee? If I could fight Cotto, I would. It seems like these guys always have these tweets ready when these guys are signed.
Well, it is the way it is.
Right.
All right. We've given too much time to Andrade, who we're never going to hear from again. We probably will. Because, I'll tell you why we will. Because HBO doesn't have any fighters.
Lee,
their upcoming schedule of fights is so shitty. Excuse my French, crappy. That it's shocking.
It definitely looks like ESPN and HBO.
Although Andre Ward straight up crapping on the return of Sergey Kovalev was the highlight of the evening.
Another division that's hurting.
Dude, he straight up crapped on Kovalev. Not even like slightly. It wasn't even, Kovalev's a tough matchup for... No, he's been exposed. Once you get beat and you've been exposed, it's all over. And I'll give the HBO announcing crew credit, since they were sitting right next to Andre Ward. They went on board with Andre Ward instead of pumping up Kovalev. Was very entertaining. Takes us to the main event for the HBO card. Machado knocks out Corrales for the WBA 130 title. Undefeated featherweight Alberto Machado, 19-0, 16 KO, scored an 8th-round knockout over Jezreel Corrales, who was 22-2, 8 KOs, to claim the vacant WBA regular super featherweight title from Turning Stone Resort Casino, Verona, New York. Only Machado was eligible to win the title last night because
Corrales
not making weight and dyeing his hair and being a lunatic and Like, he wasn't into this fight.
3.5 pounds. You know what? It might have even been 4, Lee. 4 pounds overweight. I was going for the Puerto Rican kid all the way.
Straight up was not into this. He was not into this fight.
No?
He didn't show up to the fight. He didn't care about the fight. He got paid, and he got beat.
Oh, that's fine. The new star is born, and Puerto Rico needs him at this moment. They really do.
These are ESPN fighters, Andrew. I don't want to be a
yes, but
jerk about it.
Machado looked good. He's a very tall. Look at Corrales is no pushover. Corrales won his title by going to Japan and beating an undefeated fighter, and then going back to Japan and defending it the first time against the same fighter. He's not a pushover champ. This wasn't a vacant shot for Machado. Machado earned his shot. The only reason why it says vacant is because the champion decided not to come in and the weight. And I'm going to tell you, Lee, the day before, the guy said he was in the greatest shape of his life. I think they knew this kid had power, and they didn't want to go in there weight drained. So they tried to go in heavy to get the win against an undefeated number 1 contender. Then you go on to fight somewhere else. I do believe they tried to cheat their way into this. I was going for Machado all the way. Great fight. Look, an excellent fight. The kid's behind on the scorecards when he does pull off the knockout victory. But he was close throughout the whole thing. Not only is he going toe-to-toe with the champ, he's taking a lot of punches, Lee, but he's going toe-to-toe with them. What you seen was he was barely missing the mark. If he wasn't hitting them, he was barely missing them. And you knew as the fight got old, because this fight started fast. Corrales, because he was out of shape, he tried to come out, or maybe not out of shape is not the word, but maybe because he felt he was stronger with that 4-pound advantage, he tried to come in there fast. So this fight starts off very quickly. By round 5, you already think it's round, 8 or 9, right? Because these two are going back and forth. It's a war. And you knew, you start getting in, you look at the clock, it's only the 5th round, and the kid's barely missing the champ. You knew going later into this fight, he was going to start touching him. And boy, when he hit him with a two-punch combination. That's what started off. Left hook, right hand. Dropped him, it was over. He got up at 9 lead. I don't dispute the stoppage at all, though. It was like right at 9, the guy starts getting up, and the ref didn't want to see it. He didn't have his hands up. He didn't look like he was ready to fight. I mean, that's 10. You're out. Good fight. Definitely want to see Machado come back. Like I said, he's 19-0-16 now. Great chin. Good skill. Like I said, a tall boxer puncher. Those are the best ones for the sport. They give the most exciting fights the guys that can go on the inside and stay on the outside. So he does have a bright future, and with Felix Verdejo, out there crashing motorcycles, maybe this kid can go ahead and take the torch from Cotto and lead Puerto Rico out of this storm.
There you go. Feel good talking about that fight?
Yeah, it was.
By the way, John Wick was better than all 3 fights.
No. I'm going to say the main event. If you haven't seen the main event, people, you just fast forward to that one and John Wick before. You'll be fine.
That's funny. All right. Also, was this last night? What was this on? Meralt halts Nadam to win the 160 title.
Yeah, it was like Sunday morning in some part of the I
really?
don't know.
We don't ever get anything that I actually.
It's because they're middleweights, bro.
2012 Olympic medalist Ryota Murata, 13-1, 10 KOs, 160 pounds of them, impressively captures the WBA middleweight title and kept stalking to defend against Hassam Najam Jakam, 36-3, 21 KOs in France. He positively threw punches to elusive target and fined him to retire him in the corner after the 7th round. It was in Tokyo. That's why. That's good. I'm a Nadal. I like Murata. I do.
Yeah, top rank. He's got top rank backing him. He looks like he there's a market for this kid if the wins keep coming. Bob Arum says he'll be on the pound for pound list by the end of 2018. Now, if you know Top Rank, Lee, you got to take them for the word. This company knows when they find stars. So it is
Well,
possible.
they're a star-making company, and I've said that.
That's
if
right.
you are a brand new talent, there are a few places that I'd tell you to go to, but
That's right.
that's the place you want to go to. I mean, unless you're just completely brand new, and then you're looking at the smaller promoters, and I can tell you which smaller promoters actually create stars, but by and large, yeah, that's a no-brainer.
The greatest trade of all time is Floyd Mayweather for Fernando Vargas.
Oh, I think if people are really watching boxing now, watch what's happening to Conlon. They're building Conlon into a massive...
But, Lee, I'm telling you, if you really think about it, at that time, Fernando Vargas is the hottest fighter on the market coming out of the Olympics. They all thought he was Golden Boy Part 2. $100 million right out the gate. They trade him to main events for a guy named Floyd Mayweather out of Michigan. Then what did he win? What did he win? Bronze in the Olympics?
Yep.
Can't sell a ticket for 8 years. And then look at what they created.
Yep.
So
the track record for Top Rank is what they're doing with Conlon. Conlon is going to be the equivalent to what's his name in the UFC? McGregor. He is the boxing version of McGregor. He's got the same attitude. Swagger. He's outspoken. Yeah. And once this guy gets into the double digits, like strong teens,
paydays,
they're going to put a title on this kid and let him speak his mind and flip people off and become Conor McGregor and make more money than God. He will. He will make...
I am shocked McGregor is passing on the Malignaggi fight, Lee. It almost makes me... Lee, hold on. It almost makes me want to see... I almost would pay to see the, 32 other minutes they had of that sparring tape. I really would.
That should be on pay-per-view.
Seems like it would have been an easy victory for Conor McGregor, but maybe we don't know. Maybe Paulie is right. No, those other 30-something minutes are of him whooping McGregor's butt. I'll say butt. No cussing.
There's no butt. That takes us to News of the Week, brought to you by LasVegasDiscount.net. On your next trip to Las Vegas, type in the words LasVegasDiscount.net, and you will wind up on the Vegas.com website. Your booking of the trip will save you over 50%, and it will someday afford for Andrew to actually go to a fight in Las Vegas. Possibly pay for this show. I would like this show to be paid for instead of out of my own pocket. This is a labor of love, Andrew.
Yes, it is.
Based on the number of people who listen to the show now between the two shows, and by the way, here's the other plug. Go listen to the betting show. You can tell it in the title. It says betting right in the title. You can't miss it. I am telling you straight up, we've gotten feedback that people have made money by listening to Bobby Capucci week in and week out. When he says lay off, lay off. When he says buy in, buy in. He's been consistent. I'm going out on November 11th probably to go watch MMA. I'm going to start on Saturday morning with $100 and do what Bobby tells me to do and see how it winds up for the day, and document all of it.
Underdogs. You do MMA, you do underdogs.
No, we're going to go watch Tough Enough. We're going to go watch amateurs. Screw that. I can go sit on the cage. They like me. Remember, I'm one of their fighters. It's kind of how that works. Remember that whole fiasco. All right. News of the week. Let's talk about some of the other championships and titles that went on this past week. Let's start with Brikas is still the undisputed champion because Andrew wants to talk about it for some reason. Cecilia Brikas?
Yeah.
Undisputed female welterweight Cecilia Brikas, who none of you have ever heard of, scored a 6-round TKO over Michaela Lauren to retain her WBA, WBC, IBF, WBO belts in Stoke, Norway, and that's why you haven't heard of it. You
didn't see what happened in this fight, Lee?
Isn't this the girl who got hit in the face so bad that she just broke into part and started bleeding all over the place?
No. That was an MMA match.
Okay.
That was an MMA one. This one, the challenger sexually assaulted the champion on stage. She tried to French kiss her.
Oh, that's hot.
Yeah.
Are either of them attractive?
She kind of looks like Cyborg. Yeah, the challenger kind of looks like Cyborg, so it wasn't as
that's
hot.
Depressing.
Yeah. And I think that's why the champion pulled away.
I will admit, as a recording, that I have bagged some